once again. Welcome to Fred's Footy Fest. Today we'll be looking at round 14 of the NRL Premiership. So before we start, I just want to say, up the Maroons, let's go. We won on Wednesday night, beating the Blues by 8 points, and also congratulations to the women's team, who also won by 8 points against the Blues. So, to kick us off, we're looking at tonight's game against the West Tigers and the Canberra Raiders. Now, all the Origin players are going to be back for this one, and also, before I get started, I wanted to say that the Origin players are back for every team, except the ones that got injured. So, for this game, I think I'm going to have to tip Canberra Raiders. They do have a few players out, but coming up against the Tigers, I think that they should get the job done. After all, they managed to beat the Rabbitohs last week. Even though they had Origin stars out, Rabbitohs are still a good side, and Raiders managed to conquer them. So, I think that the Raiders should get the job done. I'm going to say 12 points. My comfortable margin that I pick every week, usually. Moving on, Saturday, 3 o'clock, is a clash between the Warriors and the Dolphins. Now for this game, I think I'm going to tip the Dolphins. This is because Warriors pretty much had a full squad last week. They lost to the Broncos, who was missing their spine. And I understand there was a lot of controversy around that game, saying that, Warriors should have scored in the end. I believe that should have been true. But, however, the ref decides the result, so Broncos got the win. So that's why I think I'm going to be tipping the Dolphins. But I won't be surprised if Warriors get the W in this one. 5:30 is a clash between the Titans and the Rabbitohs. Now, Rabbitohs will be missing out on Latrell Mitchell, whereas the Titans will be missing out on Kieran Foran. So 2 massive losses. However, the Origin stars are all going to be back. So therefore, I'm going to tip the Bunnies for this one. They've been pretty good. Sitting in 5th place on the ladder, I think all they're going to go is up. 7:35. This is basically the game of the round. The Sharks and the Broncos. The winner will probably be second on the ladder. For this game, I'm unsure because both these teams have been in great form so far this year. But honestly, I think I'll have to tip the Broncos. This is because they have had a greater season, in my opinion, and their spine is just so good at the moment. And they are looking towards finals footing. So, on here, they have the least winning percentage, but surely they can get the win. So, I'm going to have to tip the Broncos. Sunday, 4th of June, is a clash between the Roosters and the Bulldogs. This is going to be a close one. I don't rate the Roosters at all this year so far. They haven't promised me anything. Whereas the Bulldogs, eager to get an upset. So, I'm going to tip the Roosters, but won't be surprised if the Bulldogs get the win. Now, for the Roosters, Victor Radley and Brandon Smith are out of this one. So, it is quite possible for the Bulldogs to get up here. Moving on, 4:05, a clash between the North Queensland Cowboys and the Melbourne Storm. Now, for this game, I think I'm going to tip the Storm. Even though last week the Cowboys put up a fight against the Eels, they still fell short. So, I think the Storm will get the job done. And the final match to wrap up this week is a clash between the Penrith Panthers and the Dragons. This one's a no-brainer. Penrith will win this one, I reckon. The Dragons, only one Origin representative in Ben Hunt. So, they're pretty disadvantaged. And as I said, all the Origin players are back except the ones that are injured. So Penrith are going to look to blow the Dragons off the park. And if that doesn't make the Dragons any worse, Jack Bird is out of this one. He's not going to be playing. So I've just about shot the Dragons down here. So Penrith should get the job done. And Knights, Eels and Manly will all get the bye for this one. And we'll have a quick sneak peek at round 15. You'll see the Titans play the Tigers on the Thursday night. Friday night is Canberra and New Zealand Warriors. 8 o'clock Friday night is Manly and Dolphins. Your Super Saturday is Dragons and Rabbitohs, Charity Shield. Broncos play the Knights and the Roosters play the Panthers. That'll be a good game. Sunday starts off with the cracker, Melbourne Storm and the Cronulla Sharks. And to wrap us up, it's Bulldogs and the Eels. And the Cowboys will have the bye. So that's it, folks. I'll see you next week. Bye.